We're delighted to welcome back, going through the newspapers again, Christopher Biggins and Dawn Neeson. Christopher, worrying about scammers, first of all.
Yeah, I'd like to tell this to your viewers because I think it's so worrying. I've recently, apparently in 1991, I took out an insurance on my computer, which I have no recollection of at all. But recently, I've had a foreign voice ring me and say, unless I pay the £1,000 immediately, they'll take it out of my bank account.
They wouldn't have access to your bank account, I
No,
don't think.
they have no access to my bank account. And what you should do, to begin with, you feel frightened. And you think, my God, £1,000 coming up, what do I do? And then Neil, my partner, said, just ignore it. And that's what you've got to do, but they are persistent.
So threatening as well.
And we changed the number and everything, and still, they managed to get through to you. And we told the bank not to accept any £1,000 checks, something like that. But it is awful. But I say to your viewers and listeners, please, please ignore these phone calls.
Yes.
Even if at the end of the day it's true and they do come and collect £1,000 legally, don't do anything about it. Just ignore it.
Yeah. I think there's an organisation you can phone which is anti-scammer.
Is there?
They can do a lot of this stuff for you. I'm no help to you because I don't know what it is.
Well, I might look into that because it is worrying, to begin with, and then they are so persistent.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
My mum had a similar thing the other day, and this is a good tip to remember. And her bank rang her up and said it was her bank, and they needed to get into her account immediately because someone had hacked her account and they were taking her money out. So it's automatically the panic.
Yeah.
You're losing money.
Yeah.
And they said, just share the one-time password that's about to come to your phone. And at that point, she went, no, you should never share your one-time password.
No.
If anybody asks you to do that, it's a scam.
No,
Phone
exactly.
back. So just a good one to remember.
Yeah.
Right, OK. Dawn, 4 million face a monster hike to their council tax. Why is that? Explain it to me. Front page of the Mail today. I haven't got the Mail.
Yeah,
We're looking
you
for
stole
it.
my mail earlier on.
Dawn.
No, I didn't take it. We were looking for it there.
We
We haven't
were.
got it.
Yeah, basically, at the moment, councils have a limit on, they can increase your council tax by 5%. But there is a way round it. There's a loophole. And if a council declares itself bankrupt, they can put your council tax rates up to whatever they want.
Oh.
Can they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh.
And there are, I think, about 7 or 8 councils. I think Windsor and Eton is one of the worst ones, where they're putting it up by 20%. Which, I mean, considering council tax bills are high enough as it is, they could, see an extra sort of £500-600 going onto your bill without you having to say anything about it. As the rule stand at the moment, if a council wants to put it up by over 5%, they have to have a referendum amongst the local council members. But if they declare themselves bankrupt, then they don't have to do that. They can circumvent that. And there's about 8 councils in this country that are on the verge of doing that. And Angela Rayner has the final say over whether they can or not. So, but you might not even know it's happening until you get that bill through your door. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, we're being charged now for our green waste.
Oh, yeah, so we...
The dustbin for that. And then what happens is our dustbin gets stolen. Because somebody wants that dustbin because it's got a mark on it that's yours.
And you pay for it.
And you pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite expensive too. They're demanding
what do
everything.
they spend the money? I mean, we're quite lucky where we are, but I mean, what do they spend the money on? I don't actually see any improvement in local
limousines
services.
to drive them around in.
Yeah.
Now, Biggins, talking about driving around in, here's a story in The Sun, and it talks about a woman who flew to Spain and back again to Britain to buy a new car.
A Skoda.
Right, tell us the story.
Well, she found a good deal in Spain to buy a Skoda, much cheaper than at home. So she thought, well, we'll go there.
Is it a left-hand drive?
Well, presumably they do a right-hand drive. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. She thought it was a good bargain. So she looked into getting a train there, and the train was £200 a person one way. Mm-hmm. So what she did was she decided to take it, pick up the new car, flying to Spain. No, hang on, have I got this right? No.
The car was for sale in the north of the country.
Yes, I know, but I was just... Was the train cheaper or was the flight cheaper?
We don't know. You're explaining the story.
Basically, it was a couple and they lived down in the southwest and they saw a car for sale up in the north. They thought, we'll go and buy the car. So to pick the car up, they looked into getting the train up there. It's £200 each.
Yes.
So they found an airfare that involved going from where they live in the southwest to Malaga in Spain and then flying to the north. And that was £154 for the two of them.
Yes,
so
absolutely right.
So it did basically, train fares are ridiculously expensive in this country. It's cheaper to fly via Spain to get from the southwest of the country to the north of the country.
But trains are so lovely. And also, in Europe, you can get really cheap trains. We're going to...
That run on time.
That run on time. We're going on the Eurostar to Paris to see a show, Hello, Dolly. And it's very exciting going on a train. I love
like
trains.
train travel.
They're marvellous.
Why are you going to Paris to see Hello, Dolly?
Because a great friend of mine
Is it in French?
No, it's in English. And they have French subtitles. But a friend of mine two friends of mine are playing the leads in it, so we're going to have a nice outing and see.
Friends in the right places.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It is lovely. We also want to go to Notre Dame. Yes, which you can do, and you can, except the queues are quite long, because everybody wants to. But it's very exciting. But no, I'm sorry I got that story slightly wrong and confusing. But it was cheaper to take a flight.
Exactly. Trains are very expensive.
Yeah.
And
How long have we got left?
4.5 minutes.
Oh, right.
So, Dawn, have a look at this story in the Telegraph. Police officers are told not to say the word blacklisted.
Oh, this is one of those stories that you just is going to irritate everybody. I mean, because it is irritating. Yeah, this is the what force is it? The Bedfordshire Police and Hertfordshire and Cambridgeshire Constabularies have issued a guideline, 9-page document for staff, 2023 diversity guide, and it says that you have to be careful. The language you say pregnant person rather than pregnant woman, and you have to avoid Christian-centric language such as faith, and you are also obviously not allowed to use words like black sheep, blacklisted, in case it upsets black people. No mention of the word whitewash upsetting white people, obviously. I mean, it's just, when you've got Trump over in America...
I'd like to know from a black person, does it actually offend them?
Well, they've got an interview with Festus Akinbosuya, who's the UK's first black police and crime commissioner, and he is just saying this is absolute nonsense.
Yes.
And it's our money that's organising this as well. And, you think the ordinary bobbies on the beat are just shrugging and going, this is ridiculous, we just want to get on with our jobs. But it's and Hertfordshire Police say, we confirm this is true. Our forces serve diverse communities and we are pleased to have an inclusive, culturally intelligent workforce. Meanwhile, in America, you've got Trump actually taking a knife to the whole diversity, inclusion thing and getting rid of them in all the state departments.
But nowadays, you have to be so careful what you say. I mean, it is impossible. I mean, years ago, I would touch a woman's bottom and give it a little squeeze, and that would be fun.
You definitely couldn't do that now.
No, but it was wonderful because we had a bit of fun.
GB News would like to disassociate itself from any remarks made by Mr. Biggins. There. Can you get away with that because you're gay?
Yes, I think I can. And also, I'm nice. But I used to do it all the time.
There's lots of people who are not gay who do that.
And I would go around the front as well.
You've never done that to me, Biggins. All the years we've worked together now, you've never touched my bum.
Oh, no.
Let's touch breakfast instead. So all this health food that we're supposed to take, like granola and various things like that.
You like yoghurt?
I like only a certain type of yogurt. I don't like thick yogurts.
Not a thick yogurt.
Yeah.
I have that at home, all that stuff, the yogurt and the granola and Weetabix, which I love.
I like Weetabix.
But at home, when I go to a hotel, I love a full English.
OK. And certain people are saying that a full English can be healthier for you.
Absolutely. Well, I think it probably can. You've got eggs and bacon, lovely eggs. beans, which would have to be quite good for. I love baked beans.
If you cook it in the right way, so
Yes.
not really a fry, but if you're grilling everything, there's nothing wrong with the items on
exactly.
the plate.
That's the trick. If you grill it and you don't sort of like, have too much of it, then it can be healthier. If you're having yogurt and honey and granola and if you're diabetic, type 2 diabetic, there's an awful lot of sugar involved in that. And calorie-wise can be just as much if you are counting calories.
Actually, what we had
tastes so much better.
on Saturday, because it was Burns night, we had haggis.
Ooh.
Yeah, very nice.
Which was delicious.
Yeah.
And we had some friends who were really anxious about it.
No. It's nice stuff.
It's lovely.
Tell me about this difference between cats and dogs. Cats make the best traitors. What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, unfortunately, neither you nor I have watched it, but the BBC series Traitors has just finished, and it inspired a pet company called Burns Pet Nutrition to do a survey between cat and dog owners as which were the most faithful and which were most likely to be traitors, which is evidently how the show works. And surprise, surprise, most cat owners said that cats were more likely to be traitors, while dogs are more faithful. It's hardly shocking news, but it is a bit of fun, to be honest. Yeah. Nearly 2/3 of dog owners said Fido was always faithful compared to fewer than half of cat owners.
Lovely.
No-brainer, really.
OK, guys, thank you both very much indeed for today. Very entertaining, very informative.
Yes.
Thank you both very, very much indeed.
Thank you.